Welcome back. In this segment of our program, we welcome Jeff McKay. Jeff is our lead district supervisor. Jeff, we have a lot of people here in Green Spring who are not from Fairfax County,
because I think they're not socializing
and they don't
in a healthy way as they could.
Supervisor is. Can you explain that to us? Let's start with Lee District. What is Lee District?
Sure. It's a good question, and it confuses a lot of people, regardless of how long you've been here. Lee District is one district within the county of 9 that make up the county.
So Fairfax County is divided into 9 districts.
9 districts. Each of them has about 125,000 constituents, so they're very large districts, even though there's 9 of them. Lee District runs from Fort Belvoir up Route 1 corridor all the way to the city of Alexandria, across the Beltway to include all of central Springfield and, of course, Green Spring, and then down south again to Fort Belvoir. So it's a very large area broken up really into 3 main pieces. One is Route 1. One is the Kingstown-Franconia area, and the third is the Springfield area. And what's confusing to a lot of people is all of the Springfield Business Center, you know, where the town center is, and all the shops and stores and businesses in Springfield are almost all exclusively within the Lee District, not in the Springfield District. And so it is very confusing for folks the way that breaks out. But all the districts are an even size, around 125,000 people. And every 10 years when the census data comes out, we take a look at those districts and make sure that they're all still appropriately sized and equal. And we look at where the boundaries are and the names and some of the other components. So we get an opportunity every 10 years to take another look at that.
So we have quite a diverse district within Lee District, everything from Fort Belvoir all the way up through Springfield and everything in between.
We do. We have a very diverse district, and there's some surprising things about Lee District that people don't realize. You know, in the county, there's a lot of talk about economic development and commercial development in the western part of the county, Tysons and Reston area. But statistically, the fastest growing commercial area is the Lee District, and most of that is because of what we've been able to see happen in Springfield with the town center and some of the growth around Fort Belvoir. And so it's an ethnically, culturally, and economically diverse district, arguably the most diverse in those categories in the county. But it's also one that has huge future positive potential in the way of redevelopment, in the way of environmental improvements, road improvements, some of the things that people really have waited a long time in this end of the county to see happen that are happening now. So it's an exciting time.
So lots going on. Let's back up just a second. So we are Lee District, and you are our supervisor. You are one of 9 supervisors.
Right.
Across the county, and I assume there is a board of supervisors that you 9 supervisors meet together.
That's right.
So we elected you as our supervisor.
You did.
You've been our supervisor for how many years now?
I was elected in 2007, so I'm coming up on 10 years.
Okay, I knew I'd seen your name on the ballot many times. So what do you do as our supervisor? We elect you to do what?
That's a really good question. Probably the most important responsibility we have every year is setting the tax rate and passing a budget. And you might ask, well, what does the county budget pay for? It pays for a lot of things. Human Services Network in Fairfax County, Parks and Recreation, Public Safety, our police, fire, and sheriff departments. Those are some principal things that get funded through Fairfax County government. And then the largest share of our budget is for schools and for education. And what a lot of people don't realize is many years ago, in Fairfax County, the voters decided to go to an elected school board. It used to be that the Board of Supervisors would appoint school board members who would oversee the school system. Now you also elect a Lee District school board member, and we make a financial transfer to them every year, and then they set their priorities and make academic decisions. But the fundamentals we do every year is we oversee development, environmental stewardship, human services programs, park and recreation, and the second most costly thing that we do after education within our budget, and it's a big drop-off. The schools is about 54% of the county budget, and then when you get down in the 12% range, that's where you're funding public safety, and clearly police, sheriff, and fire are integral to the county, and they're our responsibility.
So you are our advocate on this County Board of Supervisors for Lee District to say, hey, don't forget about Lee District. Lee District needs X, Y, and Z. to make sure that we are not forgotten in the mix of all the other districts who also want funds for various reasons.
That's right. That's
Do you have an
absolutely
office
correct.
here in Lee District?
I do. My office is housed with the Franconia District Police Station, which is out on Franconia Road, not far from here. And we're open every day from 8 to 5 to help folks with constituent challenges that they might have, challenges navigating county government. But your description is exactly right. I mean, I'm an advocate for the people who live in Lee District, and fortunate for me, I also chair our board's budget committee. And so we have chairmanships of different committees of interest within the county, and each supervisor chairs different committees. I'm fortunate enough to chair the budget committee, which is really important in getting resources and things down here to Lee District.
So you have an office on Franconia Road. It's just not far to the east on Franconia Road from Springfield Mall.
Correct.
But not as far as Beulah Street.
Correct.
So in between those two.
That's exactly right.
And could someone go to your office if they were having concerns with Fairfax County government or maybe difficulty navigating Fairfax County government, or could they call your office for assistance?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we're there. My staff is there from 8 to 5 every day, and we are there specifically to do that, to help constituents navigate through the county process, to help them with any challenges they might face in their community or neighborhood. One of the things that we do a lot of is advocating with other agencies besides the county as well. And one of the things when we started this conversation talking about if you're not from this area that might surprise people is Fairfax County is not responsible for the roads. And so a lot of places, roads are a fundamental local government responsibility. In Virginia, they're owned and maintained by the Commonwealth of Virginia, not by the county. And that's why I didn't list kind of roads in that list of things that we budget.
I hadn't noticed that, but you're right.
And so we have a lot of people come in, they want to report a pothole.
I have a pothole.
A dangerous intersection. And so what we do with that is we advocate on their behalf with the state. We connect them up with their state elected officials. We send in minor maintenance complaints from our office, and we follow up with the state to make sure they're fixed.
So you don't just say, I'm sorry, it's not our problem. You help them.
Right. And so the reason I say that is we always encourage people, don't try to figure out if your problem is a county problem, a state problem, a nonprofit private sector problem. If there's something that you're challenged with, something that you need help with, we are kind of the starting point, the portal for all of those things. And then we can kind of work out where is the best place to get somebody assistance or to address their concerns. So we kind of, as supervisors, kind of refer to ourselves as jack of all trades, because probably a good third to half of the issues that come our way are not direct county issues, but because county government is the closest to the people, we are the ones that often they revert to, and that we then respond and help with. And so our state elected officials do a great job, but they don't have an office that you can walk into from 8 to 5 every day like county supervisors do. So we kind of are the place where it all comes in, and we try to help with that as much as we can.
I wish we had a slide to put up with your telephone number. If you'll tell it to me, I will say it slowly.
Sure. It is 703
703
971
971
6262.
I'll repeat that again. 703 971 6262. And I'm sure if someone here at Green Spring needed that number, I'm sure that probably our community resources offices would be able to find that number. It's an important number to have, and it's good to know how much you can help us.
Yeah, we can a lot, and encourage people to take advantage of that. I know whenever I come in Green Spring, which I always love coming to visit, we try to stress to people that, help us be your advocate and help us, with any challenge that you might have, whether it's here at Green Spring or out in Springfield or anywhere in the county. I mean, we're there to help.
That's good. We still have a few minutes left. Tell us what's happening. Tell us something good about what's going on in Lee District.
There's a lot of exciting things happening. First, we're expected to hear soon news from the federal government as to whether or not the FBI headquarters location will be in the Springfield area.
Are we positive about that?
I'm always positive, but I always have a game plan B.
We've been waiting how many years to learn
Well, the
this?
FBI has been at this for many years, and the good news is Springfield is the exclusive Virginia site. So if it's not in Springfield, it ends up in Maryland.
And that site would be where if Springfield is chosen?
It's right across the Franconia-Springfield Parkway from the mall where the big warehouse is now that you can see from the Franconia-Springfield Parkway. And so, that news we expect to hear soon. We're also in the running for headquarters for the TSA and also for Customs and Border Patrol, who are all looking in this area.
Still looking at that same site?
They're looking at different sites, and I've encouraged them to look at Lee District because I think because the Springfield Mixing Bowl is in Lee District, we have a lot of people travel through Lee District every day that don't live and work here. And for me, the long-term answer to our congestion and transportation problems is to move jobs closer to where people actually live. And so for all those people going up 395 every day to the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C., wouldn't it be nice if they could just get off in Springfield to go to work, and then that segment of 395 from here north gets freed up? And so, we have to be smart about infrastructure. Are we putting these things near transit? And Springfield having a metro station and a VRE station is a huge asset for trying to be smart about where we put businesses and houses. And long term, that's the solution to our transportation challenges. And so we've been very robust in trying to attract private sector, but also trying to attract federal government relocations to this area.
Plus, that gives us strong economic development.
It sure does.
Yes.
And all of that helps the bottom line county budget.
Right.
I mentioned being budget chair, and commercial development most certainly subsidizes programs that our residents need, and also helps us hold the line on what the residential real estate tax rate is.
Keeps our stores here.
It does.
Our restaurants here, all the things that we like, and you're right, keeps the real estate rates down.
It's really important, and it's quality of life. You live here, you want to be able to go close to shop. You don't want to have to drive halfway across the county.
Sure.
And talking about transportation, that's another stress point. If we bring services that are quality, restaurants, retail, entertainment, closer to where people live, that's another part of solving our transportation challenges moving forward. And so we've been very robust at trying to get change to happen, specifically in Springfield and on the Route 1 corridor, because those older commercial areas in the county are real economic engines in Fairfax. And so there's a lot of focus on kind of the newer areas, but we need to make sure that we're putting that same amount of effort and focus into our older areas of the county and making sure that all parts of the county can succeed.
Right. We have just about a minute left. What else would you like to share with us?
I would just share that, this is the most challenging time of year for us. The General Assembly has finished their work, and what happens at the state level has a profound effect on the county, so we're kind of trying to work through what that is. And then we're in budget season. Budget season's always tough. We pass a balanced budget in Fairfax County by state law every year. And so this year we're trying to balance, our first-rate services with making sure that we keep taxes affordable for people, and that's always a challenge, and that's kind of what we're in the thick of right now and is consuming my mind, but we'll get through it. These are tough economic times, but I'll leave you with this thought I tell my constituents all the time. In tough economic times, trust me when I say there is no better place to live than here, because the challenges that we face pale in comparison to the challenges that you see throughout the country.
That's true.
And we're very fortunate from that standpoint.
We are. We have much to be thankful for.
We do.
Jeff, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
We look forward to seeing you again soon. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Sure.
And we'll have just a few announcements for you in a moment.